Close your eyes, 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 eyes. Hello everyone. Thank you for tuning into Undercards. It's Michelle here and I have another video for you. Today's video, I'm going to be answering a few of your questions. Now I've received questions from subscribers and some of my clients, and I've selected 6 questions out of the lot to answer, right? Questions that I feel that I can give guidance on. Now let's get cracking. Oh, also there will be a pick a card at the end, right? So stay tuned. So the first question is from Ryan, and he asks, what is the 5th elemental in your opinion? Now that is a really good question. There has been a lot of talk about the 5th element. Now we know about the 4: water, fire, earth, and air. And it's believed that there is a 5th element. I've been racking my brain on this one, and I've come to the conclusion that the 5th element, in my opinion, is consciousness. Why? When you think about it from a human perspective, we're made up of all 4 elements, and the 5th, which is the core, connects and allows the existing elements to work in harmony. Think of a square. Each direction is an element. The 5th element is at the center of the square. This is the connection point, the core, the soul, the essence, the point of awareness of the internal self. That would be your intuition, logic, feelings, emotions, sensation, essence, thoughts, and the awareness of the external self. That's what is around us, our environment, reality, what is factual, what we can see, touch, and hear. I've googled what this 5th element is, and it says space. Now I don't disagree with that. I mean, I'm sure everyone has their theory on it, right? But for me, it makes sense that it is something within us, something we possess, the awareness of being, an element that enhances the human experience. It's what we need to survive. So that's my opinion on the 5th element. So let's move on to the next question. So the next question is from Judith, and she asks, how can I stop my man from staring at other girls? Wow, Judith, you can't stop your man from looking at other women, as there will always be beautiful and attractive people in the world who catches our eyes. I've experienced this, hands down. I mean, it's flipping annoying, I have to say. Off the bat, I'll have to say that, look, this is very disrespectful. So gentlemen out there, please remember that you do have girlfriends and wives who are with you. We're not just mates, right? We're not invisible. So it is really disrespectful and hurtful when you do this, right? No one is saying that you can't look, but don't make it that obvious. Ladies do it. We look, but we don't turn our heads. We give eye contact. We do a Mona Lisa smile. So we smile, not showing too much teeth. It's just pleasant. And then we keep it going, right? But for some men, not all, you guys just, it's like you blank out. You lose consciousness and you're just staring. But please recognize that this is out of order. Now, with your person, Judith, what you need to do is communicate, right? Tell them how it makes you feel when they do this. Tell them that you feel uncomfortable when they do this. Now, if they deny it, offer to film your person so he can see what he's doing. Maybe he's not aware, right? Now, if that fails and he's like, no, please don't do that, or he still denies it, you're going to stop fussing, right? You're not going to talk about it anymore. But what you're going to do is you're going to start focusing on yourself, right? So you're going to start doing self-care. What you're going to do is you're going to start looking after your body, your skin. You're going to make the effort to dress nice. You're going to be wearing makeup, smelling nice and sweet, right? You're going to be seeing yourself as deserving of this, like you actually looking after yourself, right? You're not doing this to please other people or to get attention from other people. So you have to make that clear with yourself, that you're not doing this for others. You're doing it for yourself. The whole idea is to be in that good energy of really being pleased with yourself, how you're looking, feeling, and embracing your presence, right? Start looking in the mirror and complimenting yourself, telling yourself how beautiful you are, right? Start doing things for yourself with purpose. Like when you're lotioning your skin, you don't just like put it on just to put it on. You're lotioning it and actually massaging the cream into your skin. So you're doing things with a purpose. You're treating yourself with a purpose. Everything that you do should be with purpose. It's like treating yourself like you are the goddess, right? How would you treat a goddess? That's how you would treat yourself, right? Once you shift your energy and you start feeling comfortable and enjoying the way that you look and walking with confidence, you're going to start getting looks from other men. It's a shift. So that's what's going to happen. Some ladies are already experiencing this and are only focusing on their person, staring down other women. So you're totally missing the mark. You need to stop focusing on your man doing that and focusing on yourself, because spirit is actually putting other people out there trying to get your attention to say, hey, you are beautiful. See this within yourself, right? You don't need the validation from your man only, right? So think about that. Don't ignore the fact that other people are finding you attractive. It's a good confidence boost, right? So all this energy shift is going to get your man's attention, especially when he sees other men noticing and appreciating your beauty or your appearance. See, when you do have feelings for your person, of course you only have eyes for them and you want them to give you all the attention, to notice you, right? We all want that, right? But it can fall under the trap of having this person be your everything and only. Having this person validate your worth. You have to realize that it's cool to be appreciated by someone else. It's not cheating, but being attractive just to the opposite sex. That's all it is. Someone else just sees your beauty. Someone else appreciates your beauty. It gives you that boost of confidence and knowing that you still got it. A lot of us women, right, in relationships want to know that you still got it, especially if you're in a relationship for a while. Right? You still want to know that you got pulling power. So it's a nice boost, right? It's confirmation, right? So of what you already know about yourself. In my experience, my ex, when we started dating, he would just do this head turn thing all the time. It would drive me crazy. I did everything that I suggested to you. I communicated my feelings about it to him. I filmed him, right? I then decided, no, I'm just going to focus on myself, making myself feel good, right? Doing this for me, making the effort to be attractive for myself. And what ended up happening when I did this, the type of men that gave me the stares were very, very decent suitors. You know, the kind of men I would date if I was not married or in a relationship. So it's just that shift, that energetic shift where you're actually putting the love on yourself, right? Giving the love to yourself, looking after yourself. You're going to be attracting those who are on the same frequency as yourself. Now, mind you, this is not to attract someone so you can cheat. This is you being in this energy of feeling good about yourself and you're being complimented. I also see it as spirit applauding you and through another saying, well done you. Well done you for doing this, realizing what you need to do in order to receive. It's giving that love to yourself, right? But I did get some really decent suitors. I mean, bloody hell. The kind of men that I would date if I was single. It was a serious confidence boost, I have to admit it. Some men actually approached me wanting to chat. They were very accommodating. A lot of them wanted to be very supportive, wanting to help me with anything, my career, anything I wanted. They were just really, really in the energy of being of service, right? Now that's what I call goddess energy, right? Now, when they did this, of course, I made it clear that I was in a relationship, so it wasn't going to be going any further than the talk, the communication that we were having in that moment. But with focusing on yourself and doing the whole self-care routine and actually being it, right? Being in the essence of it, you're tapping into the goddess energy. And that's when you will have the masculine approaching you to be of service to you. So what ended up happening, or what would happen in your case, your man, your person that's looking at other people, is going to let him know that you are a goddess, and that other people see your worth, and that you are beautiful and a goddess, and that you chose him, right? And that's the key thing here. You chose him. You're letting him know that you were the one that decided to pick him as your mate, and that you can have anyone that you want. Just like how he's letting you know that as well by staring at them other ladies, right? So that's how it works. It's a two-way street, right? It's a two-way street. But what would happen is your person might start being more open to hearing you out, as they will realize that there is competition. If you have people approaching you, wanting to talk to you, or they're saying, wow, you look really pretty, just complimenting you, not being disrespectful, but they're complimenting you, it's like, hey, he's going to be thinking like, wait, what the hell is going on? Now, some guys will like that. Some guys will be like, okay, I have my girl, she's a catch, and I have her, not you. And they'll hold on to you, and they won't be looking at anyone else. But other guys will realize, they start looking at you differently. These are the ones that take you for granted. They'll look at you differently and be like, oh dear, she can actually move on if she wants. She's actually open to meeting someone else. So I better up my game. I better start treating her with some respect. You see, they'll be open to hearing you out, hearing what you have to say. Now, you're not trying to create any problems in your relationship, right? It's just that energetically you are attracting people towards you who find you attractive and want you to know it, right? So Judith, that's all you have to do, right? That's all you have to do. Don't put too much stock and focus on the fact that he's turning his head and looking at the other ladies, because we do it too as women. You know, if you see an incredibly gorgeous guy, you're not just going to be looking straight ahead like you don't see him. You're going to look, right? You're going to look. It's one of those things where you just shift the focus on yourself always, and just always remember your value. Now, with some guys, it's a little bit more than just, I got you, you're my girl, I love you. And, you know, you just happen to look at other ladies, that they find attractive. Some guys, they're actually not into you. Or if you do have problems in your relationship that needs looking into, right? Like if your relationship is actually on the way out, you will know this. You will know if your relationship has huge cracks in it. Huge cracks. And it's probably best for you to consider going your separate ways, right? So that's something that you need to discern. But if your relationship is all cool and he just happens to be doing this because he's a fire sign that is hot in the pants, guys, that's just personal experience, I'm just throwing that in there, then you can try what I suggested and it will sort it out. Because with fire signs, especially the men, when they have you, right, the fire signs, the sparks have to always be going. You know, fire is all about creation, and it's all about movement and things happening, keeping the fire going, keeping the sparks going. I know that's everyone, but fire signs especially. Now, even if the sparks are going, if they see another spark, they're going to look, but they might not touch. And you do have to make that clear from the beginning when dealing with them. You can look, but you better not touch, because we're going to have some problems, right? So you, as long as you make that clear with the fire sign, you let them know, look, I'm aware that you got a revolving eye, but you better not touch, right? But with them, when they have you, even if the sparks are there, sometimes some of them get bored, or some of them tend to take you for granted. That's the word, right? And then once you start to lose interest, or as I mentioned for your question, where you start to be open to compliments from others, that's when they're going to want you, because you become desirable again, because other people find you desirable. Other people want you. So fire signs, I find that they want what other people have. You will be, if you are in this energy, you'll be that shiny new coin every time, because there will always be some person giving you compliment. In my case, I get compliments daily, right, from various people, not only men, women, all that, right? And the interesting thing is, the person, which, I mean, we're no longer together, is less concerned about staring at other people and more concerned about who is saying hi to me, or who is staring at me, asking if I know them, right? So it's, you become the shiny coin again. You become the shiny coin. However, in your case, you're in the relationship, so that's something to consider. But do look into your relationship and discern, know if there's any cracks that needs working on, right? That anything that needs healing in the connection. Most connections, it's communication, right? Communication. You guys have to be on the same page. You have to be honest with your feelings, right? That this makes you uncomfortable, etc., etc. And of course, you have to be very balanced within yourself and comfortable within yourself. And you know, it's a boost when you do get compliments from people, right? A boost. It's a boost. It makes you feel good. You won't even give two hoots about who this person is looking at, right? As long as you have that rule, look but don't touch. So that's the end of that question. So the next question, this is one where I feel it's very, very important to talk about, right? And the question is, what does it mean by being in the moment? We hear that a lot. Everywhere we turn, we're hearing be in the moment, live in the now, right? And a lot of people do parrot this, but do they understand the essence of it, right? What it means to live in the moment, to be in the moment, right? So this is my take on it, right? Because a lot of my clients ask this question, right? So here's the answer. It's when you step outside of yourself during an experience to check on how you are feeling, recognizing how your body feels, the sensations, emotions, thoughts, checking in with your 5 senses, pausing in the moment, slowing down to savor it. Now imagine having the house to yourself and treating yourself to a piece of chocolate, right? Allowing it to slowly melt in your mouth. That sensation of peace and gratification is what living in the moment feels like. Just being present and focusing only on what is happening then and there. That's it. That's what living in the moment from my experience feels like. And it's, for me, it's like stepping out of yourself, right? Being able to step out of yourself and pause and check in and say, okay, how am I feeling right now? How do I feel about this? Damn, that chocolate tastes so good. And then you can feel the sensation of enjoying that piece of chocolate in your mouth, or enjoying the quiet, having the house to yourself and enjoying silence. Just focusing on the space that you're in at that moment and how you were feeling while being in that space. That's gorgeous. And I've had many moments like that, and I do enjoy it. I take advantage of it, right? Because it's beautiful. Yeah, and it's something that we all need to practice. This being in the moment, being in the now. It's pausing, slowing down, and actually being in that space and tapping into yourself. It will help you. It puts things into perspective as well, right? Okay, let's move on to the next question. So the next one is from Catherine, and she says, how do I stand in my power? Right? So that is a really, really good question, right? Catherine is one of my clients, and I talk to her about standing in her personal power constantly, right? So of course, with reading, sometimes you're going to hear that over and over and over, and it can be annoying. But the reason why you're hearing it over and over is because you need to start doing it. You need to start putting it into practice, living it, being it. Now, how do you stand in your power? The first and most effective way is to start saying no. That's it. That's the starting point, right? It's all about being assertive, right? And actually following your gut, listening to it, right? Listening to it and putting it into practice. So saying no is the first step. And what I mean by that is, this is for the empaths out there. These are for people who are very sensitive, not in a bad way, but you're able to put yourself in someone else's shoe, right? So people like to take advantage of that. Now, if someone asks you to do something and you don't want to do it, and your body is reacting, your body is saying no, in your head it's screaming no, you just don't want to do it, but you feel bad, you don't want to let the person down, you don't want to look selfish, so you say yes, right? Standing in your power would mean to say no to it, to whatever you're being asked to do, because your whole body, everything is telling you, don't do it. Right? You don't want to do it. So say no. And don't worry about what they're going to think, what they're going to say, all of that. Don't worry about that. You know, you don't have to have a fantastic excuse as to why you don't want to do something. The answer could just be a no. I don't want to do it. Simple as that. If you feel inclined to give a reason, then give the real reason why you don't want to do it, why you feel that you don't want to give your time, your energy, your money, or whatever it is. Just be honest, point blank. Now, with a lot of the empaths and people who tend to give away their power, meaning that they're a yes person and their body is of course screaming, the head is telling them no, don't do it, you don't want to do it, and then 9 out of 10 times you're taken for granted and you get the short end of the stick. Now, what tends to happen to these people, and I can relate to this one as well, when you do choose to stand in your power and start saying no, you may have a few of these energy vampires, or those who take you for granted, actually lash out on you, like maybe try to get physical or verbally abusive. It can get to that point because they're so used to getting their way. They're so used to you saying yes and giving your power away. They love that control. They may lash out. So if that's the case, move away or get out of that environment or that space. So you still don't say yes and give in. Stand in your power and say, no, I don't want to do that. And then you give your reason if you feel inclined to. And it's final. From one of my experiences, I had it where when I started standing in my power, the person was just incredibly aggressive, could not understand what the hell was going on. It was as if their world ended when I simply said no for something that was just simple, silly, not even a big deal where it's anything that's going to change their life or destroy them or anything like that. It's just, I don't want to do that. I don't feel comfortable. And they lashed out, punch holes in walls, slammed doors. It was almost like an exorcism. That's exactly how it was. It was just unreal. It was like every single demon that was in this person just came out. Like, what the flipping hell happened here? So yeah, That's the quickest way to stand in your power, is to start saying no, listening to your body and your mind. When it says, I don't want to do this, no, it will not serve me, it's a no, right? The second thing is to be assertive, right? So this is you delivering the answer and standing your ground on it. Okay, standing your ground, not budging, not swaying. After a while you feel bad. I mean, the person can go through all kinds of things where they're yelling at you, they're destroying things, then they start crying and all that stuff. Again, the exorcism, right? Stand your ground, because again, that is you standing in your power. After a while, it will become like second nature. There's no need to feel bad. There's no need to feel bad. You're not doing it to be mean or anything like that. You're listening to yourself, where it says, I don't want to do it. Simple. It's just that, right? Sometimes, yeah, you may sway, but always try to remain in that energy where you are listening to yourself. That's the key thing. That's the quickest way, or that's the starting point for standing in your power. And the more you do it, the more comfortable it will get. You won't feel as conscious. You won't have an attitude or, that bravado, like armor, to be able to stand firm. It's just going to be like second nature, and because people will then respect your decision. And that's the key word there, respect. You are respecting and honoring yourself by saying no and actually being assertive, but other people will also respect your decision, right? Give away your power, you will be disrespected because you're dishonoring yourself, right? Good. So thank you, Catherine. So the next question is from Carla. She asks, what's the best way to connect with spirit? Now, this is a very good question, right? And especially if you're new to this, right? New to communicating with spirit, your guides, your ancestors. Now, for me, the best way to communicate with spirit, because a lot of people have different ways, different methods, is to just speak. Just like how I'm speaking to you right now. That's it. Just speak, just like that. Communicate to spirit as if spirit was a friend, a family member who you trust, right? Now, what I do, and it just happens naturally, I tend to speak to spirit between the hours of 3 a.m. to 6:30 a.m., right? And I just wake up around that time. So it's not me setting an alarm and then I'm going to be speaking to spirit. I just wake up around that time, and I don't know why. And in that time, I communicate with spirit. I speak to spirit, right? Not speaking in the head. I speak out loud. I am vocal. Well, not out loud, but you know what I mean. I am vocal, right? Because of course there's people sleeping in the household, but I do speak softly, right? And what I would say to spirit, of course, is anything really, but I do give gratitude for my life, for the blessings that I have in my life, for some of the experiences, the unsavory experiences, because I've learned lessons from them. I've learned things about myself, and I am grateful to spirit with guiding me and helping me to come out on the other end much wiser, right? I speak to spirit if I'm confused about something, and I'd ask spirit, like, oh spirit, why is this happening? Please give me guidance or some type of sign or support to help me through this, right? Or to help me see this clearly. Just speaking to spirit just like that, plain and simple, because spirit knows everything about you. You can't hide anything from spirit, right? Spirit, source, the universe. See, what we need to understand here is that spirit knows you better than you know yourself. Spirit knows every thought, every desire, right? Everything about you. But what spirit wants, or God wants, is for you to say it, right? So you're not going to be granted this because spirit knows, and spirit is just going to give you whatever you want like that. You have to ask for it, to say it. You can think it, but to say it is more effective. So when you hear speak it into existence, that is real. That is very much so real. But spirit, your guides, your ancestors, they want to hear it from the horse's mouth. So you have to say it. Like I am speaking to you right now, being vocal. So I tend to communicate with spirit between those hours. And it's funny because my auntie told me that the doors to heaven open between the hours of 3 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. And that's where you can really be open and communicate with God. Of course, you can communicate at any hour, but it just feels more peaceful then, you know, where it's just you. It's the energy that I get when I am communicating with God around those hours. It's really peaceful. There's a stillness. I can be, it's like I'm more clear-headed. I'm not distracted or focusing on other things, other people. It's just myself and source. That's it. That's what it feels like. And it's incredibly intimate and beautiful. And of course, you know, if you're experiencing anxiety, stress, you will feel the difference, the calmness come over you if you ask, right? If you share your grievances with God, right? You can feel it come over you, a calming sensation. And during the day, anytime really, what I tend to do also in the daytime, if I'm experiencing any type of stress, anxiety, I call on Archangel Michael, right? That's my go-to Archangel. And what I call on him for is to calm me, to bring about calm. Can you please lift this stress and anxiety from me? Right? Please. And I feel a change. I feel a difference immediately. But this topic is really important as well, because I have encountered a few people where they like to mock this, right? They're very skeptical and they like to mock. And it's like they view God as like a genie, right? So it's like, well, if God doesn't grant me my wish, then God does not exist, or there is no God. And that is, I do find that incredibly disrespectful, right? It's pretty disrespectful. But you can easily feel silly. Like if you're speaking like I'm speaking to you now, and you're communicating with God, and you're chatting as if you're having a conversation again with a friend or a family member. You could feel silly because you're conscious of it, but the key thing is to let go of all of that. Just let go of it. Just speak. Release expectations, right? Release the ego. Oh, I'm feeling silly doing this. Just release that. Just talk. If you feel like you look crazy and mad, so what? Just communicate. After a while, it will become again like second nature, very comfortable, and you're going to start seeing the blessings. You're going to start seeing and feeling the changes because you're building that relationship with God. But if you're in that mocking stage, you won't see jack shit. I'm not gonna lie. You won't see jack shit. And a few of my clients, they started out like that. Incredibly skeptical, mocking, all of that. Oh, see, you're talking a load of nonsense, nothing happened. And then eventually, usually it's some type of trauma or crisis in their life where they find God, they find source, and they surrender, let go, and start communicating, having faith, and then starting to see and feel the changes, right? So it's different for everyone. Some people are more open to God, and others, it takes a bit of an experience, you know, a crisis to wake their asses up. So yeah, that's a good question. That's how I communicate with spirit. And I think that, you know, if you could do that, it would be fantastic. I do also think that those hours, it's perfect because, again, it's just you and source. You're not dealing with anyone else. You're not dealing with other energies around you to where you can be conscious and feel embarrassed. So that's lovely. Thank you, Carla. Gosh, these are really nice questions. I really enjoyed this segment. So I think we have a bit of time to do a pick a card. So let's see. What are we going to do? We can do a quickie, 2 options. I'm just going to pull 2 cards from this, my color deck. And those will be your options. Oops. Okay, that one right there. No, there's 2. Perfect. Right. Okay, so we have goldenrod, nice yellow, and it says stay committed. Okay, that's option 1, card number 24, reducing to 6, and then we have card number 81, black dark. 81 reducing to 9. Okay, so these are your 2 options here. Option 1, option 2. Okay, so now we're going to move on to option 1. Okay, so we have here golden head. So of course with yellow, we're talking about personal power here, right? Really standing in personal power, willpower, confidence to do something, confidence to be authentic to yourself, confidence to approach someone that you like, that you want to be friends with, or you are attracted to start building up a conversation with them. That's for someone out there, right? They're needing to build that confidence up, right? And realize that there's nothing to fear, because it is okay if you are rejected. It's okay to get a no. It's not the end of the world, right? You dust yourself off and try again, move on to someone else, or just not be as heavy, pushy. Wow, so we have golden rod, and a rod is like a staff, right? So it's giving me like fire vibes, fire energy vibes. So it's like creation. This is you actually creating and stepping into that energy of making things happen for you in your life, right? Making the necessary changes in your life. It could be lifestyle changes, work changes, right? It could also be a creative project, which I'm getting from this. It's that creative inspiration and spark, right? The golden nuggets, that divine inspiration that spirit gives to those who are capable of fulfilling a creative venture, right? That's beautiful. Let's get some astrology cards. I'm gonna pop this up here. To someone, it is staying committed to that diet, to your lifestyle change, I'm hearing. Standing your ground, just like what we spoke about in the question segment about how to stand in your power. Staying committed to your word. And that's a very important thing for people as well. Keeping your word. Keeping your word is a form of integrity, right? Meaning, mean what you say and say what you mean. And also doing what you say. Okay. I'm using the karma cards. So we have the 3rd house, right? Your ideas, short-term trips and thinking, who or what is around you. So the ideas and creative inspiration of venture is popping out here. So with it being in the 3rd house, it feels more like, you know, speaking or selling yourself, your creative idea or your skill to those around you, right? This is like your friendship group, at work, speaking up, right? So that you can be noticed, right? Your skill set is recognized in the workplace, right? Sharing your idea with a business partner, someone who is an investor or potential investor, where you can get the funding to complete it, right? So sometimes spirit gives some of us some incredible ideas, right? Creative ideas to bring to life, right? And it's for us to sell it, to speak it into existence, to share this idea with someone that can help fund it to bring it to life so that it can help the collective. You see what I mean? But this is saying don't hold on and hide, right, something that can be truly amazing. Okay, so we have here the 11th house. Exactly. Right? For humanity's sake, your hopes and wishes, do it for the future. Exactly. This is feeling very much so. This is someone who is holding on to an idea that needs to be birthed, right? You need to see if you can go out there and get some investors. Now, I did a reading earlier. Well, it's up on my channel. And one of the options was a person that needed to network more, right? To sell themselves and their ideas so that they can get the support, right? So it is very important. It seems to be coming up again where you do have an idea, or there's some type of, it's a business idea or some type of divine inspiration that was given to you for you to bring to life, to birth. You need to get investors or other people on board to help you with this. It feels like a very big deal here because it's going to help humanity. This is something, it's feeling in the, it has something to do with power, like a generator, right? Power, but using natural resources. Stone, I'm seeing like stone. Yeah, it's in the technological industry here, but it has something to do with stone, a natural resource to help with electricity, but it's not like the old-fashioned forms, like, you know, with coal, etc. It's not that. It's just, this is actual stone itself. It feels like granite. Okay. What's this? Mercury communication. I mean, seriously, guys. The awareness of many thoughts about or from, or many words. So it's screaming again for you to communicate this, to share this, to sell this so that it can come to life. Stay committed. Do not give up. For someone also, you may have experienced a lot of doors slamming in your face. Keep going. Maybe you need to, I'm hearing, to readjust your business plan, right? Look into the business plan and change up some of the wording, right? Your description or explanation of what this thing is. You need to rephrase it. For someone else, it's about the funding. How much money is needed? Please be honest and tell them the exact amount that you need. Don't undersell yourself or cut yourself short. Don't say that it can be completed with less money, because it won't work. It will fall through and it will look bad on you, right? But there's definitely people, investors around, right? This is the topic that seems to be popping up the most with the golden idea, because it's also with gold, it's like coins, money, pentacles, right? So definitely be honest with how much you need, right? This is an opportunity that spirit has actually put into your lap, right? And it's important for you to really take advantage of this. Okay, I'm going to take one more. We have the 10th house. Look at that. Responsibility, success, become a person of power and status. I mean, come on. You're either going to be, if you follow this reading, and actually, again, be authentic, be assertive, be honest, right? You are going to be someone who is actually affluent. You're going to be able to, you're going to have money, but you're going to be able to help other businesses as well. But also, this is telling me that there's someone who is in a position of power, financial power, and has great credentials that can help you to bring this to life. So there's a need to also be trusting, right? But use discernment. Use discernment. But it's screaming here that this needs to be birthed. You need to talk about it. You need to network. You need to connect with those who are going to be able to make this happen. Okay, let's get some tarot cards. This can also be public speaking as well. An activist. right? Set up, for some of you, even a channel, setting up a channel on YouTube or Rumble, right? TikTok. So we have here the Six of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, seriously, look at this, guys. Six of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. I'm hearing with the Six of Pentacles, what you put out there will return tenfold, right? So it's screaming for you to take action. There's a need for action, right? And it's saying that there is going to be this person that is coming in that can help with funding. They're actually going to be someone that is incredibly giving, helpful, and it's not going to be any type of conflicts. This person is all about doing things properly and fairly, right? I'm hearing legally, legally and fairly. They're a very good business person, and they will be able to increase your abundance, your material abundance here, right? You will be in a position where you will have enough, again, to help others, to help other businesses. With this birdie here, listen to your intuition. Like we said earlier in the question segment, listen to your gut. One more. Yeah, this is the energy of, again, the Nine of Wands, the energy of not trusting, the energy of being wary because you may have been burnt before, right? Many of us has gone through this. I've gone through this. People have stolen my business ideas and made money off of it. Yeah, but again, using discernment, right? And you can, it's saying like, don't be afraid to express the key elements of what you're doing, the key point, right, of what you are doing. Don't be afraid of doing this. If you're in this energy of the Nine of Wands, you could be blocking this abundance from coming in. So that's why there's a strong need for you to be open and to be assertive. Look at that. You can't make this up. Six of Pentacles again. Six of Pentacles, right? Appearing twice. So it's definitely screaming for you to be open to this. Look at that. We have the Hierophant. So for some of you, it could be an institution. It's a big business who is going to come in and actually support you, or your business is going to become like a corporation, right? This is a person that this investor is someone that is very, they're by the book. They're by the book, right? They don't mess about. They're not about cheating you out of money. It's just being very fair, incredibly fair. So there's no need to be wary. Okay, so we have here Three of Pentacles. Exactly. That's lovely. That's lovely. Again, it's telling you to show your skill, showcase your skills, showcase your talents, and don't be afraid to collaborate with others, right? There's a sense of also being professional. So this is very important, right? This is incredibly important. There's a time for being best friends with someone, very friendly, hanging out, making all these jokes, and there's a time to be professional, right? And this is what it's saying. When it's time to be professional, when you're talking about your business or starting whatever, if you're working or collaborating with others, it has to be professional. Everything, down to the money, how much percentage is going to be broken down to roles, who does what, right? It's being straight. Being straight and honest and to the point, not worrying about hurting anybody's feelings. This is business, and it's being in that energy, right? To the point, authentic and straight, professional. Okay, lovely. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell, and remember, please share my videos if you feel that it can help someone. You also help this channel grow. I am also offering live Zoom readings, so if you're interested, information on that is in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 2. For those of you who selected card number 81, Black Dark, here's your reading. This is giving me void vibes, right? Just being still. This is not a bad card. Sometimes it's important to go inwards. That's how I look at this. And with 81 reducing to 9, it's all about closing out a cycle, right? I'm hearing fade to black. Like, okay, story done, new chapter begins. Now with black, I'm seeing someone like hiding their feelings, right? Being able to block things, right? Closing out a cycle, but also being able to block energy. So for some of you, there's a strong need to protect your energy, right? Black, if you wear black, what it does, it absorbs, right? Black absorbs, like wearing black in heat, it absorbs heat. Black absorbs other people's energy. So there's a strong need for you to possibly wear colors, right? But also to protect your energy, right? So doing protection rituals, affirmations, sprays, visualization, right? So there's a strong need to protect that energy. But this is also giving me a need for stillness. So even like having quiet time, meditating, being still, doing introspection work, going inwards and asking yourself the questions, the why questions, right? And I do plan on doing a video on that, right? The why questions. Asking yourself why, to get to the root of an issue. So with black, I'm hearing introspection, but it's like being at peace. When you're in the dark, I don't know if many of you do this or experience this, but at night when it's, you know, bedtime, and some of us have blackout blinds, so the room is pitch black. Do you ever feel at peace? Like really calm, like quiet. Now we're not thinking about the boogeyman and being scared of a ghost, because the whole idea is if that happens, you tell it to go away. Not now, boo. Leave. And you say it again, firm. Leave. You're in my space. Not now. Right? But anyway, ghosts aside and all that. Being at peace in the dark. But sitting and experiencing it, because it's very important for us humans to experience and feel, right, the moment that we're in. So being in the darkness is like savoring that, savoring the dark, and tapping inwards, going inwards and asking yourself, how do I feel in this moment in the dark, right? Am I at peace or am I afraid? Just ask yourself and answer it. How are you feeling? It's actually a beautiful place to be where there's no distraction, because there's nothing to look at, right? You're not really hearing anything. I mean, you're doing this at night if you are. It's just you and that's it. So this is the best place to be to connect with the self, right? And you know, us New Yorkers, we love to wear black, so it makes you look thinner too. But if you do wear a lot of black, it does absorb a lot of people's energy, right? The energy around you, good and bad. So definitely be careful. You know, wear colors to break it up, and do a lot of protection work, salt baths. Okay, so we have here the 7 of Pentacles. Oh, I should have done the astrological cards. All right, I'll pull these out first. Right, so there's an energy of, it seems like you're waiting for something to happen, right? There's a sense of waiting for something to change in your life, waiting for this chapter to close, right? So it's also sadness, mourning the end of a chapter. And I can relate to this one as well. It's like, it doesn't mean that you want to hold on to it, but it means that you're moving out of your comfort zone, investing in something that may or may not deliver. It's that risk as well. So a bit of fear is in this, because whatever you put out there, the worry is, what if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't happen? Right? And Spirit is saying, no, go inwards and have faith, because being in the dark, being in the unknown, requires you to test your faith. We have with the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, so this seems like another work situation here, or not even work. It could also be physical as well, but putting in the effort into something, right? Making the effort, and what you are working on is taking a while to develop, to grow, to happen, right? To blossom. So you may even be looking at other people doing the same thing as yourself, and things are working out for them. They're seeing results like this, and you're like, where is my fulfillment? Where's my abundance? Right? And Spirit is saying, be patient, keep working, because for you, you're meant to master this skill, right? You're on another level. Your job is greater here. It could be, again, with fitness, exercise, the physical body. You're putting in all this effort. You're eating right. You're exercising. And you're like, I am not seeing results. I'm not even like dropping like 5 pounds. And that person is like dropping 20. Right? And Spirit is saying, no, be patient. Continue putting in the work, because the results will come. You're doing it for the long haul. I'm getting long haul with this, right? Okay, 7 of Wands, standing your ground here. Really keeping at it. Not looking at what's happening for other people, right? This is not picking up best. But not really looking at what other people are doing. But it's also saying with work, yeah, not giving up and standing your ground. If this is like work, not giving up, right? Some people might tell you it's time to throw in the towel, because what you're doing, it's not bearing fruit at all. But what you need to do is follow your own instincts and gut feelings here, right? You need to listen to your own voice, and you need to take the actions that are right for you, right? Because if you are seeing some form of results, sometimes it does take time to pick up. So you could be giving up on something just before it takes off, right? That's why you have this huge unknown element. For you, this is like a lesson here. This is a divine lesson for you, not for other people to be telling you what you need to be doing. You need to stand your ground and listen to your own voice, to your gut, and to take those actions there, the necessary actions that's right for you. It's very easy sometimes to yeah, there we go. Oops. There we go. We got the King of Wands. This is like, look at that. That's why I love tarot here. It's like you're developing into this person here. This is the leader. This is someone that's incredibly attractive. So again, if you were doing the fitness thing and it's taking a long time and people are telling you stop it, it's not working, It's meant to be at that pace. It's a lifestyle change. This is going to be you doing this for the rest of your life. These changes, you're going to be living in that way. This is saying that you will be attractive. You will get the results that you are looking for, right? People are going to be coming to you asking you how you did it. Those same people that are telling you to give up. See, Spirit throws people in your path to test your faith. It's for you to know how to discern what is right and what isn't. Sometimes, yes, sometimes what they're saying is correct. But other times it's showing how bad you want something. So if you're going to let other people talk you out of doing something, and of course, I've said this 1,000 times, that they talk you out of doing something, right? You listen to them. Nothing works out, or whatever the path that you took that they said you should take is shitty, leads you into nowhere, and then you say, hey, you told me to do this. They're going to say, why did you listen to me? You didn't have to listen to me, right? So it's very important to listen to it's your life. Listen to your gut. But this is saying that also with the work, putting in the work, not seeing the results, you're going to be a boss. You're going to be leading in your industry. This is that person that has that magnetic pull to attract and to have people listen to them, to have people want to help them, to serve them, to guide them, right? They feel trusted because this person is reliable. Okay? So that's what is building for you. So things are taking a while because you are mastering your craft, because you are in the position where you're going to be one of the leading figures in your field, right? Or you're going to be getting the results that you're looking for, that you seek, and maintaining it. So stand your ground with this one. Okay, let's get the astrological cards. A lot of the times when you have people in your ears telling you stuff, they're not focusing on their own lives. They're busy going on holiday in yours. So we have here Virgo, which is also about health. We have methods for healing powers off, and we have the analyzing off, and results from the perfectionism off. So this is with the perfectionism. Of course, I don't like to use that word perfectionism. It can be a very dangerous word. Now, this is mastery, right? You are possibly working through developing the attitudes of someone that is a key player in your field, that leader in your field, right, of interest. And with health, it's about understanding how to maintain your health. Okay, so we have here Mercury. The awareness of many thoughts about or from many words. So ties in with the King of Wands, the energy of being that leader and that speaker. This can also be public speaking as well. So again, you're developing your craft. You might not be getting a lot of audience, a lot of people yet, the support yet, but it's coming. Don't give up. This is also giving me vibes of someone that is speaking the truth, because with Mercury, the Gemini, the twins, air sign, you know it's going to be honest. Truth. Yes, some Geminis do lie. But communication is very clear and honest, and it might not rub everyone the right way. Not everyone might agree with you, so you might have haters coming at you, and it's saying to stand your ground, right? Stand firm. Spirit has major plans for you here. I'm seeing that you're going to be blowing the rest out of the water. They're going to have no idea what hit them. When it's time for you to shine, they'll have no answers. So you just leave them to it. Okay, that fell out. What's this? So we have here Saturn. The maturity that brings caution regarding limits imposed. So yes, so it's tying in that with the Seven of Pentacles, patience. So it's almost like not a pause, but a slowing down of, right? A slowing down of the process for, again, for you to develop further, to master, right? But with Saturn, it's discipline as well. With the maturity that brings, developing maturity in your craft, in your skills, so that you can present yourself, communicate, right, professionally, not looking rigid or unreliable or out of control, overly emotional, and there's an emotional imbalance. It's not having that. So with Saturn is here to discipline you. Saturn is all about the routine as well, right? Having your system in place, knowing your skill like the back of your hands, especially with Virgo. There is like a very, very organized and disciplined, and knowing your craft. We're dealing with longevity and abundance here, and also reputation. Okay, so let's get some more tarot. Integrity. I'm hearing integrity. We have Temperance, exactly what we just said. Having being emotionally balanced, right? Having a cool head, listening to your intuition, your gut, with discernment, being grounded, right? Especially with the earthy cards, Virgo and Saturn, right? Being grounded. Okay, we have here the Knight of Swords, exactly. Being able to fly off the handle very easily. So it's with Saturn, I'm going to put it on Saturn, allowing you to have a cool head, allowing you to communicate sensibly. And we have the Knight of Cups, right? It's like knowing what to say without losing control of your emotions, being balanced in your communication, being balanced in your views, being able to listen to the views of others, having compassion for others, right? Even if they disagree with you, having compassion for them, and still being able to stand firm in your decisions and opinions, right? Viewpoints. Not feeling the need to force people to see things your way, but being able to explain your viewpoint clearly, right? So explaining your point of view, and if they agree, great. If not, that's great too, right? But this is definitely a learning curve. There's something here that Spirit wants you to develop, to master, so that you can then start the next chapter, right? Move on to 10, because you're at 9 right now. You're closing some things out. Move on to 10 so you can put this into practice, this lesson, right, into practice. Self-mastery, man. That's beautiful. The bottom of that deck, let me show you. This one. 3 of Cups. That's the support. You see what I mean? Once you master this energy, you're going to have the support. But right now, it's like a struggle, because there's just some loose ends that need to be worked on, right? So that's beautiful. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. Also, share my videos. If you feel that this video will inspire someone else, please share it with them. It will help my channel to grow. Also, I'm offering live Zoom readings, so if you're interested in that, information on that is in the description box below, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Open your